channel. Today we're diving into one of my favorite pocket tools of all time, the Victorinox Deluxe Tinker. Now, if you've ever wondered which Swiss Army knife truly nails that sweet spot between pocket-friendly size and real-world functionality, then this is the video for you. We're going to cover everything, a little bit of history, a full breakdown of every tool, real-world use cases, how it stacks up against other multi-tools, and of course, my honest pros and cons. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know if the Deluxe Tinker is the perfect addition to your everyday carry, or if you should look at something maybe bigger like the Swiss Champ, or more heavy duty like the Leatherman. Before we get into the Deluxe Tinker itself, it's worth spending a minute on the brand behind it. Victorinox has been around since 1884, founded in Eibach, Switzerland, and they were the original makers of the Swiss Army knife. And they've been producing precision tools for well over a century. Their products are trusted by outdoorsmen, military personnel, hikers, office workers, and honestly, just about anyone who wants a reliable tool in their pocket, and we all do. Now, the Tinker model itself is one of Victorinox's classics. It's always been designed for people who want a workman's knife, something practical without extra bulk. The Deluxe Tinker is basically the Tinker on steroids. What it does is it really adds extra functionality, the biggest one being the pliers. That's not something you'll find often in a medium-sized Swiss Army knife, and it makes this model really stand out because you're getting tool diversity without having to carry something massive like a Swiss Champ. So in a way, the Deluxe Tinker is a nod to Victorinox's history of combining simplicity with functionality, but with a modern twist for people who want just a little bit more capability, which is always nice. Let's take a closer look at the Deluxe Tinker itself. Closed, it measures just under 3.6 inches long and it weighs around 123 grams, so about, 4.3 ounces. That means it's still very pocketable. You can easily toss it in your jeans, a backpack, or even carry it on a keychain lanyard if you prefer. The scales are the iconic Victorinox red plastic. With the white cross and shield logo, the design hasn't changed in decades, and honestly, that's part of the charm of it. Now, in the hand, it feels solid, but not too chunky. It's definitely thicker than a classic Tinker, but nowhere near as bulky as the Swiss Champ or Swiss Tool. I would describe it as the Goldilocks zone of Swiss Army knives, honestly. Not too big, not too small. If you put it side by side with something like the classic Tinker, you can immediately see the difference in tool density, and compared with something like a Leatherman Wave, the Deluxe Tinker looks downright slim. That's what makes this knife so appealing, really, is it's compact, it slips into your pocket, but it still packs in a surprising number of tools and functionality. Let's break down every tool on the Victorinox Deluxe Tinker, and I'll show you some real-world applications along the way. The first one really is the awl. It's great. I don't use it very often, but if you ever need to punch a hole in something, wood, leather, make a new hole in the belt loop, any of those things, that is a great tool for it. It's not frequently used by me anyway, but it's a great tool if you need it. Next, the large blade. It's the go-to cutting tool. Whether it's slicing food, breaking down cardboard, or cutting rope, it's razor sharp, out of the box, and easy to maintain. The small blade, perfect for precision work. I use this for things like opening packages, trimming threads, or anything delicate where the large blade feels kind of like overkill. Now the Phillips screwdriver is on the back side of it. This is a long reach driver, and I really can't stress enough how useful it is. It reaches screws that most multi-tools just can't handle because it's on the end of something like the bottle opener. So this isolated long reach Phillips is great. The next one is the can opener with small screwdriver. Classic design. It takes a little practice, but once you get the hang of it, it opens cans like a charm, really. The small flat head is also perfect for any tiny screws like on electronics, the ones that don't require that deep reach. Next thing is a bottle opener with a wire stripper and large screwdriver. I use this constantly. Popping bottles, prying things open more so, and tightening screws. The wire stripper actually works pretty well, which is something most people will overlook. Sometimes I just use the blade and roll over my thumb. The next thing is scissors. They're legendary. Victorinox scissors might be small, but they're spring-loaded and they cut way better than you'd expect, really. things I cut with them, paper, plastic, paracord, it cuts right through. They're fantastic and notorious for it. Next up is the pliers with the wire cutter, and here's the star of the show. Compact pliers aren't as beefy as full Leatherman, but for quick fixes, bending wire, pulling out a nail, repairing glasses, or picking up a hot lid, something like that, they are fantastic. They're quick to access, easy to use, and very helpful. Next tool is tweezers, hidden in the scales but surprisingly handy for splinters, small screws, fishing line. They're a lifesaver. Again, that's one of the things, they're not used all the time, but when you need them, it comes in super, super handy. Toothpick, not just for your teeth. I use it for cleaning out tight spaces in electronics and gear, some where you just can't reach anything or you don't want to damage it, scraping something else in there that's actually metal. So again, not frequently used, but useful when you need it. Keyring doesn't sound exciting, but it lets you attach to lanyards, paracord pulls, or clip it to your bag. I took the keyring itself off of mine and used the actually fixed loop there and put a small piece of paracord to it. Altogether, you're looking at 17 functions packed into a medium-sized Swiss Army knife. That's impressive. Now let's talk about where this knife really shines in the real world. Everyday carry. It's small enough to carry in your pocket, but it has enough tools to actually solve problems throughout your day. Tighten a screw at the office, open a package, or just cut a loose thread. Outdoors, if you're camping or hiking, the Deluxe Tinker gives you food prep options, repair options, utility without taking up half of your backpack. It's light, it's easy to carry. I've used it to cut paracord, prep kindling, and even pull hot pots off campfire with pliers like I mentioned. They're fantastic. They come in useful all the time. Now travel, keep in mind, you can't fly with it in your carry-on, but if you're road tripping or backpacking, it's a great companion. You can put it in your checked luggage if you're flying though. And as far as urban survival, let's face it, most of us aren't going to be surviving in the woods daily. We're surviving in the office, the workshop, the home, those types of things. And the Deluxe Tinker is really perfect for little fixes, eyeglasses, electronics, home repairs, you name it. And what I love is that you don't feel under-equipped with it. With some smaller Swiss Army knives, you're missing that one tool which you wish you had, or you don't want to put too much force on it, you feel like it'll snap it off. With this one, it's almost always has you covered. Now some pros and cons, let's break it down. Pros, perfect balance between size and functionality. The pliers make it unique among mid-sized Swiss Army knives. Scissors, multiple screwdrivers, blades, it covers the essentials. Legendary Victorinox build quality and a lifetime warranty. It's affordable compared to bigger multi-tools. Those are all great things. Now the cons, no locking blade. That's a pro for legality in some countries, but a con if you want extra safety. The pliers are small, don't expect to do heavy mechanic work with them. Missing tools like a saw or a file, which outdoorsmen may want. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely one of the best compromises in the Victorinox lineup. Now, as kind of the final thoughts, and verdict, if you want a Swiss Army knife that's versatile, pocketable, and actually usable day to day, this is absolutely one of the best options out there. It's not as overwhelming as a Swiss Champ, but is far more capable than a classic Tinker. And thanks to the pliers, it punches way above its size class. For me, this is a perfect all-around EDC multi-tool, whether you're an office guy, an outdoorsman, or just someone who wants to be prepared. The Deluxe Tinker is worth every penny, I believe. All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking around for the full breakdown of the Victorinox Deluxe Tinker. If you found this review helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future gear reviews or videos. Let me know down in the comments, what's your favorite Swiss Army knife? Do you think the Deluxe Tinker hits that perfect balance? All right, guys. As always, if you would, please like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.